This is my homework 3 YouTube homework, and it's supposed to take this names.txt file. It's going to read it, count the letters in the first and last name, and then print it on the right hand side. Here's the names and val.txt that it's going to write to. So first I'm going to save that as an empty file and close it. I'm going to read what the program does and then I'll run it. So first, the very first thing it does is write to file. It wants to reading the file names.txt because I wanted to put that in a separate one. So it's going to read the file. So first thing it's going to do is in file is going to be the variable name, so we can do things to in file. It's going to be opening the name of the file, names.txt, and reading it, which is R. It's then going to read it and insert that into a variable names. Then we're going to close the file, and then I'm going to return names. So names can now, which is all those names right here, is now in the variable names, and we're passing it through write to file. Write to files right here. So we are going to open the names and numval.txt, the other one that I saved as a blank file, and we're going to write to it. Now we're saving that to names and numval because that's the variable where stored functions that Python has can use names and numval to know what file to do it to. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I got from reading the other file, and I'm going to split it with the /n because it brings it in with /n's in them, and I'm breaking it apart line by line. So for each line in all of names, I'm going to do something to it. So first I'm going to print the line, which is going to be the first and last name. Then I'm going to print a space. Then I'm going to print something where I'm calling another function called count, and I'm passing through L, which is the line, which is John Smith or Zella Zella. And lastly, I am going to actually write all of this file equals to this file right here. So even though it's saying print, it's not actually going to print to the Python shell, which you'll see. And then when it's all done, it's going to close the file. So what's happening with count is I'm passing through each time one line because that's how I split it apart. So first it's going to send in John Smith. John Smith comes through. John Smith has a space and I don't want to count a space, so I replace all the spaces with no spaces. I have a counter to set. And for name and names, for letter in name, so name and names, for each letter, I'm going to count 1. And then I'm going to return what I've counted. And it's going to do that for each row. And then I'm going to run. Oops. Oh, I'm in the wrong okay, there we go. Run. And you see nothing, it looks like nothing happened. But if I open, yay! So John Smith 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So ignoring the spaces, and then it counted the end one because if I just delete everything in the file, there's still a space, so it's always going to count that space. I'm sure there's a way to get rid of that, but I didn't do that in this. And that is it.